We're now going to focus on retrieving results from our database. At the moment, all we're really doing is checking whether the last query returned anything or not. We don't actually have a way as of yet to return the results. What we're also going to do is introduce a method that allows us to return only the first result, because if we were to say query where a specific user was concerned, like this, we're checking in the users database table, where the username is equal to Alex. We only really want to return the first result. Now the result set will return us an object or a list, an array of objects basically. So we only want to get the first one. Let's go ahead and introduce these methods then. They're very, very straightforward. And the first method will make a lot of sense hopefully as well. Let's go ahead and create these down here then. So we need a public function called results, and that's basically just going to return this results. So remember, as part of these methods here that we've created, and as part of this that we've created, we're not actually storing any results in here. We're doing that within our main query method, which is setting the results here to the results, the fetch all method, and we're retrieving the results as an object. So all that's going to do is return the results now. So what we can do is, if this query has returned some results, we can use for each to say user results as user, and we can then echo username, and we could just append a line break on just for the sake of an example. So here then, let's just check what's happened here. Oh, there we go, sorry. We would say user username, my mistake. So in that case then we're just returning Alex. We've only got one record in our database. Let's go ahead and just put another user in just for the sake of it. Again, all of this will be hashed eventually. We're just testing this out for now. Set the join date, and we'll set the group to 1. So refreshing. Oh, well, obviously we're only going to get one result here now, but let's go ahead and change this to, let's say, well, we could just do a standard query, I guess, on this. So we can just say query select star from users. That's a good point, really. Perhaps our get method and our action method should take into the account that we only want to retrieve all records from users, but that could be easily amended. For our purposes, we're probably not going to need to do that. You might need to do that if you want to just output a list of all the users on the site or something like that. But once you've understood how that works, it shouldn't be too hard to change. So now we have Alex and Billy output. Now what happens if we only want to get the first result? In that case, if we revert back to the get method, we don't want to have to loop through if we only know that we're going to get one user record. It's pointless. There's no need to loop through a set of results. Now, of course, what we could do is we could say echo user results, and depending on what version of PHP you're using, you can basically just use pick out what you want from directly after the return of the function. So we could just say this username, and that would work. We would just get the user Alex out because that's the first and only record. Now, there's no real need to do this though. It'd be a lot better to put it inside a method here. So we could say public function first, which would return the first result, and we can just say return this results 0. Or even better, we could say return this results 0, like that. So we're making use of this method inside of here. So now what we can do is, instead of doing that, we can echo user first username. Perfect. So now that will just echo our Alex. So that's how we would retrieve results from our database using our database wrapper, either through looping through a result of many, or just picking the first result if we know there's ever only going to be one result.